Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team that is not a dub. Not great. Not a great night for a lot of reasons. You may notice, first of all, right off the bat, that no skit for this one. That is because, for the first time in my life, I have a migraine. Yes, really. I've bragged for years about having never had a migraine before. But I can only see out of one eye right now, and even speaking makes me want to vomit. So, very, very fun on that. I can't even think of a skit at the moment. But I can talk about this game. We're going to power through just like the boys do. A frustrating night, right? A lot of you are mad at the referees. You're not incorrect. I want to stress that. I'm not disagreeing with you. But we're not going to go 82 games with perfect officiating, obviously. By the way, 79-3 dreams still alive. I've been saying it all year. We're not going to have 82 games of perfect officiating. And in previous games, the previous 19, some of those games, other fan bases were shocked and appalled by all of the breaks the Bruins got. What I'm trying to say with that is we had plenty we could control with this game, and we didn't. And we fell short in areas that we could have capitalized on to win this. That's the God-honest truth. And I think if you look at this game objectively, yes, the officiating was bad. Yes, the ice was horrible. And I know that's kind of ironic coming from, like, TD Garden, where that ice is usually not great either. But this ice was atrocious. You could see it from the fucking camera. Like, worst camera angle in the league, by the way. Whole game. Awful. But you're watching and no one can stay on their feet. The puck's bouncing like crazy. Spencer Knight played out of his mind because he had to deal with that bouncing puck too. But just an atrocious setting for a competitive game that just turned out to go in their favor. They did not outplay us. They did not. No way, shape, or form. There were pockets of play, sure. But we were the better team. You play that game 10 times, we win 7. I really believe that. I am not brought down by this game. This was a game that we deserved to win, that we didn't win. For a lot of reasons. We made mistakes. We lost that game. We deserved to lose it too. But I really feel confident about the way we played. I thought we really could have come out of there with a win. So I'm not upset at all. 17-3 at Thanksgiving. We are at the early season marker for will this team make the playoffs? 84% of teams that are in a playoff spot on Thanksgiving make the playoffs. Whatever the actual number is. I mean, not only are we in a situation where, yeah, we really should make the playoffs based on just the first 20 games, but we go 500 the rest of the way, and a couple people have brought this up to me. I'm just kind of regurgitating information here. We go 500 the rest of the way, and we are at 96 points. That's really good. That's really, really good. Not 96 points, that just squeaks into the playoffs, but the fact that we could say we could go 500 for the last 62 games and still have 96 points, bonkers. This is exactly where I never dreamed that we'd be at 17-3 at Thanksgiving, but this is exactly where we want the team to be. This loss changes none of that. Maybe I went a little overboard with we are the gauntlet, but I'm going to say it anyway. We're the gauntlet. We are the gauntlet. I think we deserved a better result in this game, maybe at least a point. Just didn't go our way tonight. Spencer Knight goalied us pretty hard. Excellent game by him. Just a fantastic display of talent. Good for him, honestly. I have no ill will toward the Florida Panthers for the most part. They're not a team I dislike because I never have to deal with their fans for some weird reason. Spencer Knight was a fun story, and I was excited for him to overtake Bobrovsky, the $10 million man. And that still might happen, but last year he had some rough spots where you kind of went, oh no, is this actually the goalie of the future for them? And it's starting to look like it again. Comes into the game with a 918 that only went up. Their power play, I wrote this before the game, which is even worse. The power play is 26th. The penalty kill is 22nd. Their offense is 11th, and their defense is 20th. Honestly, you get that PP rolling again, and a lot of their problems go away. That's a direct quote from what I wrote before the game. The PP got rolling. They went 3 for 7 on the power play against the best penalty kill in the league, missing one of our best penalty killers in Forbort, but still. That played a huge part of it. Swayman gets a start for us. 890 save percentage. That would go down, unfortunately. We're going to have a Swayman conversation, but not tonight. Zaboral is in for Strawman. Zaboral continues to disappoint, unfortunately. Smith is in for the injured Freddie. I do not have a full update on Freddie right now. I don't know why I haven't seen more news about that. But Smith is in. He was, as he always is. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone who celebrates. I'm very thankful for everybody who watches these. I'm very thankful for everyone who likes, comments, subscribes. Everyone in the Discord, you guys have been fantastic. I can't explain how much I appreciate it because I'm just some weird dude on the internet, but it actually genuinely means a lot to me how many people interact, and I might not always be great about answering everybody in a timely manner, but every message means a ton to me. Yeah, I'll just hit you with the emotion stuff right there. Puck drops! I was so confident in this game. I was so confident. 120 in, Coyle for tripping, and 29 seconds in, it's a bad bounce, and it goes in our net. That's literally what it is. It's a failed clear, goes off Marchand, bounces over to the right point, and 3 penalty killers approach. Bad recipe there. It's just a breakdown. Puck gets shoved out from that group to Tkachuk, who then shovels the puck across the slot to Reinhart. Carlo is there and does not eliminate the body the way you want him to. Really disappointed in that. But I don't like the angle Swayman took either when Tkachuk first brought the puck over. It left him wide open for that backdoor. It is what it is. We're 2 minutes in. We're down a goal. None of us even blinked. I bet for the majority of you just went, okay. But you still thought we were winning that game, right? That's what this team is built, is you already think you're winning this game. 5 minutes in, and Smith gets a great chance one-on-one with Knight. Awesome. Puck gets moved to him in the slot. Total breakdown by the Florida Panthers. They had tons of breakdowns in this game, and he is one-on-one. Moves himself so far left that he gave himself the smallest angle possible to score this. And then, of course, Knight either made the stop or he didn't even hit the net. It was very close. I couldn't tell. Can't beat him, though. And then another huge stop by Knight. 6 minutes in. Just a minute later, it's a backhander by Marchand on the doorstep, and he can't lift it over the pad. Great stop. Right there. We're 6 minutes in, and you just go, this team is going to bury 6 goals tonight. We're all over Knight. Yes, he's made some big saves, but each time, Smith moved himself into a bad position. Also, it's Smith, and he tends to not always score on moments you'd think he would. And Marchand just can't elevate the puck there on the backhand. That's okay. We're going to figure it out. We didn't really figure it out. That's all right. 6:34 left. Big chance for the Panthers on a 2-on-1. McAvoy goes down during this. He gets kind of, I think it was a knee to the chin is what it looked like to me. But he gets tangled up in the body, falls over, stays on all 4. My heart stopped. I mean, all the confidence, everything I was feeling just went out the window because if McAvoy had a concussion, and which is what I initially thought, or it was going to be a long-term thing, it just changes everything. And I got to thinking again, and I just went, man, have we had more than 2 games with our full preferred roster yet? I don't think so. Which is, again, nuts to think about, especially when the issue right now is Strawman or Zaboral. Forbort fixes that, and then we go back to worrying about our 3rd or 4th right wing. We're in a good spot. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say is we're in a good spot. 3:57 left. Lomberg slashing power play time. And then 55 seconds into the power play, Lundell clobbers Pasternak in the face, taking half a tooth out. High sticking, 4 minutes. We have 5-on-3 for a minute and 5 seconds. Had to look at the notes. Then 2 minutes and 55 seconds of 5v4. 6 seconds later, face-off scramble. Puck is punched to the slot, and McAvoy gets to step into this and fire an absolutely nuclear weapon over blocker side of Spencer Knight. No chance for Mr. Knight. There's just no chance he stops this. McAvoy, by the way, missed 1 shift. I probably should have said that after talking about the injury. He missed 1 shift, came right back and scored a goal, because of course he did. And now we have a power play, 5-on-4, for 3 minutes and 54 seconds in a tie game late in the first. And we spend the first minute and a half playing catch. Literally, it takes a minute and I want to say 22 seconds to get a shot off, let alone on net. I don't know why they went so casual all of a sudden, but it was a huge waste of time, and it was super frustrating to watch. And we do nothing with these power plays. Terrible. We go into the intermission, tied 1-1. We have 1:08 left of the power play, start the second, and it's terrible again. But not really. Knight actually kills us for the first minute of this and just blocks everything. It's incredible. I want to be clear. The power play wasn't bad tonight. We could have capitalized on more moments for sure. But going 2 for 6, you kind of take a 33% power play. So, math. 4:41 into the second. And Zboril is proving that the hype might have been a little too much. I don't know what happened. I was so excited about Zboril. I have bought Zboril stock for years. I've believed for years. And I was pumped about him coming into the season. And so far, I mean, we're 20 games in. And he hasn't solidified himself into the lineup, which is just unbelievable to me based on what I saw coming into this year. I really predicted him being a top 4 guy. But hey, it is what it is. Puck is dumped past Zboril. He kind of gets a piece, but it skids past him. Goes behind Olmark to his left. Behind Swayman to his left. I'm just so used to saying Olmark at this point. Zboril casually skates up to it, waits for the contact, takes the contact. I mean, Zboril had the inside positioning and everything, and he literally waited for the pressure from Reinhart to come. But Reinhart wins the battle, chucks it up to Cousins. Cousins is coming down the right side of the slot, chucks it over to Lundell on the left side. Lundell makes no mistake. It's 2-1. Now, this isn't on Swayman. It isn't. Neither goal you could really look at Swayman too harshly. The first one, again, I didn't love the positioning. So I don't want to bring that out as why Swayman had a bad game. But it was a bad start. That was 2 goals on 9 shots. And you just see that the guy doesn't have the same swagger and confidence he's had last year. I really hope that changes, because the rest of the game didn't go that well either. 14:25 left. Foligno bumps a Florida defender into the net, and they call interference. Again, I'm not going to argue with anyone. The first 4 calls against us were things that you would never see called. Not never. They get called like 10, 15% of the time. Extremely soft calls. Now, we ended up with a lot of power play time too. Big reason why I'm like, we had other stuff we could control. It was shocking, some of this stuff that was called. Then, 1:21 left, McAvoy for tripping. Also a weird one. But they have a bad power play. Or, well, not this whole game, but in this instance. We kill them. Does it turn into momentum for the Bees? No. The next 8 minutes are largely played in our zone, although we're really not giving up a lot. We are just not getting down the ice. 5:45 left. Clifton for holding. Another unbelievably soft call. Little over 1 minute through a great kill. God, the kill was looking so good. And it's a basic wrister from the blue line. It's a tip by Barkov. This is one I want back, and it's not fair. I know I'm not a goalie. So, like, goalies will sit there and go, you don't get it? Swayman is caught drifting to the side, right, to attack the first shot. And he's giving up feet of space of the net. And the tip happens, and it flutters past him. Now, again, that adjustment is so difficult to make in time, and it's faster when you're on the ice, obviously, than when you're watching from a distance like that. But that is not good positioning. You have way too much confidence that you can get, like, you're going to move to get your chest in front of something, fine, but you're leaving half the net open when there's a crowd in front of you and any one of them, including any of your own players, could tip that. That just feels like a bold move to me, all right? It feels bold. So anyway, that goes in. It is 3-1. Still felt like we were winning the game. 1:16 left. Lindholm for cross-checking. This was a very good call. That was a blatant cross-checking. Like, blatant. And again, 13.7 seconds left. A hard pass from the left dot. Tkachuk from the bumper. He's to the right of Swayman, and the angle is bananas that he's able to beat Swayman with this. It's a tip on the hard pass. 4-1. That's one you just go, Swayman, what? Dude, what? And on top of that, our penalty kill has allowed 3 goals. Special teams. Hey, were they soft calls? Some of them, yeah. But you still gotta kill the penalty. Yes, you've given advantages to a team that has a 26th ranked power play so far this season. I don't know. I want to look internally on this loss. I don't want to say, oh, it's bullshit. There's a ton of excuses. I'm not saying blow it all up, but like, let's look at ourselves and see what we can improve. We're 20 games in. We can keep improving. Let's do that. Third period. I thought we still had a chance. I did. 5 minutes in, holding on White, power play time. And yes, this is it. 26 seconds in, Mac takes another high stick. We're going to get another 5-on-3. It's going to be 5-on-3 for $1.34. And then, because this is another not major, double minor, we're going to have a ton of power play time. And we do it. A excellent setup. And it's a pasta blast in the high slot. Again, no chance for Knight. High glove this time. 4-2. And we have 3:06 left of power play time. And we do jack shit. Again, I don't want to be mad at the power play because you scored 2-on-6. That's actually pretty good. But you needed more. You just needed more. It's situational. 125 left of the power play. Marchand called for interference. It was soft. It was mild. But if you watch the replay, Marchand comes over, parks himself right behind a player, backing up, and makes contact. Contact he didn't have to make. You know the eyes are on you in this situation. That is a play Marchand knows better. He will admit that. 4v4 for 125, 35 seconds of PK. It all gets passed. But 11:30 left. During the 4v4, we have a face-off in the offensive zone. And Jim Montgomery pulls Swayman with 11:30 left. What? That I've never seen. I've never seen that. And it was hilarious. I do not know if I like it or hate it yet. I'm still trying to digest that. But what the fuck? It was incredible. Nothing comes of it. It doesn't go in our net, thank God. But it also doesn't go in theirs. So we live with that. 8 minutes left. Krejci for hooking. We're going to kill it. 3:54 left. It's a waved goal. What a bummer, because I got so pumped. It's a shot into the slot. Puck bounces around. Foligno just palms it over to Coyle, who buries it. And that's going to wave off for the hand pass. It's a good call. It would have been so much more fun if it was 4-3 at that point with 4 minutes left. Empty netter goes to Ekblad. 5-2 final. Game notes. I said it all through the video. A ton of excuses. There are a ton of excuses. I think our penalty kill didn't show up the way it should have. I think although the ice was absolutely sloppy, the mistakes that we made, the major ones, ended up in the back of our net. Which I guess is really just the one by Zaboral. But that matters. A play like that changes the game. Especially in the playoffs. I mean, we're a long ways away, but especially in the playoffs. That kind of stuff has to be cleaned up. We did allow, especially in the first period, a bunch of 2-on-1s. Later in the third period, I kind of forgave them because we were pushing so much to try to get back in the game. That's stuff that needs to be cleaned up. Bad ice, though. Bad officiating, even though we got a lot of power plays, too. So I kind of feel like that offsets a little bit, even though they didn't deserve nearly as many as they had. You just have to win special teams battles. I thought there was some undisciplined play for at least a couple of those penalties that were called that were soft. There were others that weren't called that absolutely could have been calls on us. So I just really don't look at that as like a big deal or a big thing in this loss. Spencer Knight was incredible. Sometimes you get goal lead too. Like, there's a lot of things about this game where you just go, I don't want to take too much stock on it, but let's look at how we're clearing the puck. Let's look at what's happening on this bad ice. Are there adjustments we can make? Because that's going to happen too. And the penalty kill. What went wrong? Where did we fall apart? Why were people wide open? Why do we pursue too aggressively and get mismatches against Swayman because we had 3 guys too high? Like, those are the things that you have to look at and dissect and take that internally so that you're not sitting there getting complacent. Because a complacent team would go, oh, you can't win them all. Like, yeah, no, don't get your confidence down, but I mean, there's things to really review about this game and improve on. And I think that's what a good team needs to do. God, that was some of the worst ice I'd ever seen, though. Just ridiculous. Lindholm is a baller. I can't express this enough. This whole game, as we had a lot of dominant performances without the scoreboard showing it, Lindholm was incredible the whole game. I cannot say that enough, and I just wanted to say that at the tail end of this video. Anyway, guys, that does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving. I won't be able to watch the Friday game until later in the day. I do work because I work at an emergency hospital, so I do not have the option of taking off for the holidays usually. So that is what it is. Go Bees. Go Bees!